friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be diving into another interesting machine on the VulnHub, which is CengBox. The link will be put in the description section below so that you can download it and play it on your own. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let's head over to Kali Linux to begin with. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target machine. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. So as you can see over here, the IP address of the target machine could be recognized as 253. So what shall we do next? We need to perform port and safe scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before, so now we can get out its result. Let's scroll up a bit. So as usual, I took the options like ceng scan, the default script scan, and then version scan, followed by the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. Although the IP address of the target machine has been changed since I re-imported the machine into the VirtualBox. So this time, different IP address has been assigned to the machine. Anyhow, this will not affect our application process. From the Nmap scanning results, we can tell that the target machine has two open ports. The first one is 22, and the surface is SSH. And also we can get the version information. Although this version is a bit outdated, I don't think we can find any workable exploit for this particular version of OpenSSH. The second one is 80, and the surface is HTTP, and also we can get the version information Apache 2. So I think it's quite clear what we are going to do next. We need to enumerate the web application both manually and automatically. Let's fire up the browser to perform manual enumeration first. We can put the IP address of the target machine into the address bar. Sorry, I need to disable the proxy first. So now, we got this site loaded. So this is a CengBox. So a group of people who care about the safety of others. But nothing very interesting. And on the top, the two anchors, some sort of links, but they're just direct to, different place on the same page. Next, we can check its source code. Scroll down. We can't find anything useful. Next, let me bring back the terminal window because I'm going to use command line to go on our enumeration with this web application. For example, we can use the Q command to retrieve robots file. However, the result is not found. Next, we can launch Nicto to perform automatic enumeration. As I mentioned over and over again in my channel, Nicto is my first choice or first utility to enumerate web application. Sometimes even can give us exploit or vulnerability information. For example, yesterday I did one machine. Nicto reviewed the shell shock vulnerability. Okay, but it's not this case. Next, we can launch the Gobuster to perform directory enumeration. Okay, press enter. And we find the image directory. We can access this directory. But forbidden, so how about uploads directory? Maybe we can copy, right? And access this directory by browser. uploads, but we still get the same forbidden response. Actually, Gobuster cannot get anything. And as we know, web application is only possible vector for us to penetrate into, right? So we need to find such vector. So with the current word list, we didn't get anything valuable. So how about change different word list? For example, I'd like to change it to big word list. And this is under the seclists directory. Of course, seclist by default is not installed in Linux. If you want to use this, word lists, the collection of word lists, you need to install it. Okay, seclist, discovery, and web content, and the big. Okay, let's press enter. So also I have already emphasized many times. Sometimes we need to combine different word lists. We need to combine, or we need to try different utilities or commands. Okay, as you can see over here, find this masteradmin. So the directory name itself has already told us we should pay attention to this directory. So now we can access this directory by browser, but we still get this forbidden response. Don't worry, we can make deeper or furthermore directory enumeration with this masteradmin. Press enter, and we find the DB, but size is 0. So in other words, we cannot get anything from this file or this page. How about this one? Upload and also login. Maybe we can access this one first. Sorry, I forgot to put the directory name. Press enter. However, we are redirected to the admin login page. Next, I try to use admin as username and admin as password to login. But we got error, invalid error. Don't worry, we can use the login bypass technique. This is my methodology. Although you can launch SQL map to test SQL injection vulnerability, but anyway, we can put password, can put anything, and login. It does work. We are successfully authenticated to this web application. So now we can drag files here or click in this area. So how to do? We can try to upload web shell file to the target machine. We can drag, this one, upload. But we didn't get anything back, right? A bit weird. We didn't get the error, or we didn't get the success, a message, or successful message. A bit weird. Maybe you also will encounter such a problem. And to see what's going on is exactly at the background, we can utilize web proxy BurpSuite to analyze request and response. I want to check whether we have already submitted the request to the target machine successfully. And also we need to see which kind of a response we can get. Okay, so how to do? We can go to this plugin and we can turn to BurpSuite, and then we can launch BurpSuite Community Edition. Okay. Next, we just click next until we can get the dashboard of BurpSuite. Okay, and then we can navigate to proxy tab and to enable intercept option. So after we enable this option, and then BurpSuite can intercept request and response between browser and the web application. So now we can upload this file again, upload. So as you can see, we successfully intercepted this request. We can send this request to repeater, and we can send. So this time we got something back from the target machine, and scroll down, and we just now we didn't find this message because this message is not in the body. Okay, in the body markup of the HTML file. So here we can say extension not allowed. Please choose a ceng file. Of course, I don't know what it is. So how to do? It means that there is some kind of filter in place at the server side. We need to bypass. So because here this message is telling us we need to upload a ceng file. So how about change the extension to the ceng extension? Okay, let me do it now. We can copy shell and shell ceng. Okay, now we can, maybe I can, and we can, next we can do it again. So which one? Oh, not this one. CengBox. I have already done so many CDF machines, as you can see over here, right? CengBox, select, and upload. And then we can send this to repeater module. And we can send or send this request to the target machine. So this time we can get the success message. Wonderful, right? So next we can access uploaded web shell to get initial foothold on the target machine. And before we try to access this uploaded file, we need to set up listener on the Linux first, waiting for collection from the target machine. Okay, so it's done. So now I think we can turn off intercept option. Now, just now we have already found this uploads directory. So it will be very possible our uploaded file is living in this directory. Okay, so now we can access uploads, shell, PHP, ceng, and press enter. From, on the top, from the top, we can see, I think it's working. Yeah, indeed. We have already got collection from the target machine. Beautiful. Next, we can, spawn an interactive shell by Python. Oh, Python 2 is not available. So how about Python 3? Python 3 import pty module. And next, what can we do next? We need to gather information to, make lateral movement or privilege escalation. First of all, we can check to see password file. And as we know, there is one normal user ceng over. We can copy and paste over here. So now we can navigate to home directory, and so cd into ceng over. However, permission denied. So next we can run id, and also we can run sudo. Sometimes because of a misconfiguration, even www-data can run sudo. Although this is very rare. Okay, so now we just try 3 attempts, and then we can go on. Next, we can find perm option for 1000 and redirect all error to null device or black hole in the machine. Nothing very suspicious here. If you don't know, you can copy every command to go to website of GTF Opens to check to see whether we can manipulate these binaries, because I've already done so many CTF machines. As you know, it's not easy to exploit or manipulate all of binaries, what you can see here. Okay, next we can go to OPT. There is one Python script, and we can, but right now current user doesn't have permission to to access. I think you will get an error. Check permission denied. And next we can go to var directory backups. Nothing here. Go to www directory. Maybe I can define environment term variable. Then we can clear screen to get a bigger space on the window. And now we can cd to HTML directory, ht access, but nothing here. So how about masteradmin? And there is DB. Of course, without a doubt, we need to have a look at this DB, because it contains database collection credentials. So this is the password we can copy. So I think we can try to use this password to switch to root user. However, authentication failure. Also, we can try another user, ceng over. Okay, failed either. So now we can connect to the database. Root. Okay, so now we are in the database management system, and we can show databases. And the second database is what we want. So we can use CengBox, and then we can show tables. So there's just one table in this database, and then we can dump or retrieve all entries in this table. Oh, we can get a username and the password we can copy. So next, I'd like to use this password to try with CengBox. Oh, sorry, ceng over. Okay, ceng over. This time we got a success. So now we can get the user flag, and also we can gather information. So nothing here. And also we can run sudo. We can supply password for this user. And also we can, okay, maybe we can upload Nimpier's shell script to perform automatic enumeration, right? I've already got this script. No, not ready. So now we can copy from my toSets directory to the current working directory. Next, I'm going to upload this file to the target machine. So now we can. So because we have already got its credential for this user, it would be better to SSH to the target machine. Okay, SSH ceng over. Oh, we have to remove the history public key. And yes, and then we can copy this password. Sorry about this pop window. So it does work. So next, this is much better shell. Okay, so next we can go to temp directory, and I want to upload the name-pairs shell script to perform automatic enumeration, right? Let's run it. As when we try to elevate privilege, in most cases, we should take advantage of the power of this script because it can enumerate or gather information, very comprehensively. For example, like binaries which have SUID, bit, and like the capabilities, or binaries with capabilities, cron job, okay, and also kernel level exploits. It's done. Let's scroll up to see whether we can find anything suspicious or vectors, okay? LXD. So I think we can take advantage of this membership of LXD to elevate privilege, right? So also I'd like to check. See, it's there. But I think I have already done, another machine, which used LXC or LXD membership to elevate privilege. In this video, I'm going to try another approach, okay, which is also very important technique, okay. If you want me to, to use the LXD to elevate, please let me know in the comment box, okay. So now, I'd like to upload another very useful utility, Pspy, binary, and you can get it from GitHub repository. Next, we can upload this to the target machine. We can use wget, and we need to make it executable and run it. Because Pspy, I don't know how to pronounce it. Pspy binary or utility can display all processes, even those belong to privileged user or other user, not current user. Currently the current user is over, but as you can see over here, can give us the processes which belong to root user. 0 equals 0, UID equals 0. This means this process belongs to root user. Okay, so now we can see whether we can find something interesting or we can exploit. We found this one. So root will regularly execute this script, this Python script. So I think this is the attacking vector for us. So how to do? Next, I'd like to check to see whether current user has permission to modify. Okay. So rw, and we can run ID. Current user belongs to users group. So it means this group have permission to manipulate. Okay, so I think privilege escalation would be very easy. We can change the content of this Python script to reverse your command. Okay, so let's go to opt directory, and let me use nano or vim editor, but we need to delete existing code Maybe I need to use Vim editor. Okay, it's done. Now I'm going to put reverse command to this file. And you can get it from, like a Pentesting or this one. We can copy and put over here. So the IP address is here. The IP address of Kali Linux and also port number. We can use different port number. And next also we need to check the version of the Python, right? Let me check the version. Oh, Python 3. Python 3 is available. So now we can use Python 3. Oh, we do not need to use this one. We can delete. We can format this Python code, although it's not necessary. Okay, it's done. Now we can copy all of the lines, paste in here, right, and exit. So now we can set up another listener on the Kali Linux, waiting for collection from the target machine. Okay, so maybe I need to pause the recording. All right, as you can see over here, we successfully got another shell or collection from the target machine. And from the hash pound symbol, we know we are successful. Then we can cd to root directory to grab the root flag without any difficulty. And of course here I forgot to remove this single quote. And this will not work. Okay, so anyway, that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you next. Bye. Have a nice day.